So guess what Twitter did in response to Elon Musk's offer? So Twitter, in a statement, Twitter said its board of directors has unanimously adopted a poison pill defense in response to Tesla. So that's going to get them in trouble because there's going to be a lawsuit. So if you don't know what a poison pill is, it means it's basically going to make more shares, create more shares of the company, which is acting against the interests of the people who already own shares, because it's going to dilute their representation and control over Twitter. Creating more shares means your share is going to be worth less, right? So that's the poison pill, and it's all to prevent Elon Musk from buying the company. Now, why do they want to prevent Musk from buying the company? Well, they want to do it because it is literally needed by the deep state for Twitter to censor. If Twitter can't censor, imagine if they bring Trump back. The deep state will collapse, unironically. It's like something that fucking small and meaningless can literally destroy. It can literally destroy everything. It can literally collapse the whole fucking system, right? And that's honestly what we're dealing with here. They're not doing this for any economic reason, right? They're doing it for a political reason. And, I don't trust Musk. You shouldn't trust Musk. I mean, who knows what his connections are? I don't know what his fucking connections are, right? But, you gotta admit, look, I don't care what his connections are. If he can buy Twitter and just there's no censorship on Twitter, wow, that would be so fucking based. Trump is back. Everybody's back. We're secure for the future. Wow, that's going to be a happy day. And then, look, imagine the precedent this is going to set. Imagine if it happens to Twitch. Imagine if it gives Jeff Bezos the balls to be like, hey, Twitch, we're going to do the same thing. No more tyranny of the fucking journalists, the ones who got me deplatformed. No more. We're going to have a free speech society again. And that would be nice. And look, if you want to have censorship, then we should just be a communist country, right? If we're not going to have the good parts, then let's not have the bad parts, okay? That's what I'm saying. If we're not having the good parts, like, a society with real social solidarity and meaning and purpose, then why are we fucking doing the authoritarian stuff if we don't have any of the fucking benefits? It's fascism. That's what it is. It's fascism. Check this out. Best blue checkmark meltdowns of the Elon Musk Twitter bio. Oh boy, this is going to be great. This is going to be hilarious, and this is going to be great. So look at this. This is a great cope thread. We're going to have a lot of fun reviewing it. Axios, the world's richest man, someone who used to be compared to Marvel's Iron Man, is increasingly behaving like a movie supervillain, commanding seemingly unlimited resources with which to finance his mischief-making, said some fucking loser journalist with nothing to offer the world but a cushioned salaried fucking position that they got because they were given it, not because they actually earned it in any substantive way. That's what we're talking about here. And it's pretty fucking sad. Today on Twitter feels like the last evening in a Berlin nightclub at the twilight of Weimar, Germany. If you want to ask where censorship comes from, it don't come from the CIA. It doesn't come from, these people with suits, and it comes from fucking pussies like this, like Jeff Jarvis. This is the reason we have censorship. It's literally people like Jeff Jarvis who they can't fucking handle people who disagree with them. And that's their fucking reason. That's the reason this shit it's this people like this. This is the fucking enemy. If Elon Musk purchases Twitter, it could result in World War III and the destruction of our planet. Musk's appointment to Twitter board shows that we need regulation of social media platforms to prevent rich people from controlling our channels of communication. What? That's how you're spinning this? Rich people controlling our channels of communication? By what? By allowing more people to have a voice? That's control? That's a weird way to talk about control. So Elon Musk is controlling our channels of communication by allowing more speech, by not being restrictive enough. What the fuck kind of bizarro world are we living in? What is this fucking weird bizarro world? This is like, how do you sell this shit? So we're being controlled by rich people because they're allowing speech to exist that otherwise would be prohibited. Like, that's controlled. Freedom means that, Haas gets deplatformed from Twitch. That's the only way we can be free. This is such a reach and a fucking cope. How do you even, like, think like this? How the fuck does a pampered baby bitch think this way? Your rich people are controlling our channels of communication. They're controlling it. They're controlling it. Boo-hoo. What? They're controlling our means of communication by allowing more. What the fuck is going on? This is like when that person was like, Amazon is making money with Russian disinfo. No, they don't ever recognize the fact that, like, sometimes.
Hilarious coming from WAPO. Who owns WAPO?
Thank you, Void Brittany. Yeah, that's a good point. That's actually a great point. But it's like, yeah, like, what the fuck? Like, holy shit. Controlling? How do you get to a fucking... How do you cope that hard and get to, like, that level of a reach, you know? How do you get to that level of just pure reach? That's pathetic. That's honestly fucking pathetic. Let me, like, try to, like, break down the pathology of this, because, like, there's so much contained in this. We need regulation of social media to prevent rich people from controlling our channels. Like, so it's like, because the people you want silenced aren't being silenced, that means you're being oppressed and controlled, right? That's like Angelica from Rugrats. That's what it fucking reminds me of. It's like the most pampered, entitled, crybaby, fucking spoiled brat position I could possibly fucking think of. Like, where the fuck does that come from? How do you have the audacity to publicly say something this fucking tone deaf, lacking so much fucking self-awareness? Dear all, please note that Tesla and Musk have their own troll farm. A very, very bad sign. Only a douchebag needs a troll farm. Dear Elon, fuck off! Your ego is way bigger than your judgment, and your money doesn't make... I don't want to leave Twitter, but it seems a given that if Musk buys it, it will become completely uninhabitable for trans people and lots of other people. The reason Truth, Social, Gab, and all these other right-wing platforms have failed is smart people don't want to spend their time there.
Please recuse yourself from the public sphere and seek deprogramming tall, fold, comrades.
Thank you, Sean, comrade. If Musk buys Twitter, dismantles everything the trusted safety team has done. Many of us will go elsewhere. It will literally destroy Twitter. Yeah, I'm sure, yeah. If you check marks leave Twitter, it's over. So let me get this straight. If you check marks leave and Trump comes back and all of the funny people come back, oh, I'm sure it's going to be super unpopular. I mean, guys, look at network ratings. Joe Rogan's at the top. Tucker Carlson's number 2. Clearly, you want to know who's more popular. It's not these people, okay? Right-wing lunatics may despise us and the standards of civility we expect, but the truth is their social media networks fail without us. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of Ayn Rand's Atlas Shrugged. In an Atlas Shrugged, Ayn Rand was like, what if all of the rich people go on strike? Then society would collapse. And you know what? There might be a grain of truth to that, because those industrialists were also managing stuff that, you know, they were experts and engineers and shit, so maybe shit would collapse. But like, this is like a funny version of Atlas Shrugged, where like all of the useless, unproductive social parasites of our society, who literally offer nothing of value, that no one likes at all, go on strike, and everyone would literally either celebrate or not care. At best, they just wouldn't notice. But I'm pretty sure we would have everyone would be partying without these people. Oh, we're gonna go on strike and leave if you do this. They get the fuck out of here then. This is like when Lena Dunham threatened to leave America if Trump got elected. Okay, Lena, Trump got elected. You can go. You can really go. I mean, you can really, really go. You know, nobody is asking you to stay. You can actually go. I am frightened. Okay, this guy, Max Boot, has a fedora. This journalist piece of shit. And remember, journalists are the enemy. They're the ones who got me fucking deplatformed. Fuck the journalists. Piece of shit. Max Boot, you fat, obese fuck. I am frightened by the impact on society and politics if Elon Musk acquires Twitter. He seems to believe that on social media anything goes. For democracy to survive, we need more content moderation, not less. Why? Why? Can you explain the reasoning behind that? What, for democracy to survive, we need less democracy. Well, that's pretty much what Hitler said, isn't it? Hitler was like, that's what he said. That's literally what Hitler said. He's like, if Anglo modernity needs to survive, we need less of it. I mean, it's dialectics. Okay, hey Max Boot, I don't think you're actually talking about democracy. I think you're talking about the appearance of a democracy or the illusion or veneer of a democracy. But like in terms of a system in which the majority imposes their will on society, this is the most nonsensical, stupid fucking statement I've ever heard. A democracy is about the rule of a majority. Why would you need more content moderation for a democracy to survive? Just curious. Just curious. Just curious. Elon Musk buying Twitter is the end of the world, basically. He'll amplify every extremist right-wing Nazi he can find. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Noisy MV. You fucking... I mean, this sums it up. These are all my enemies on Twitter, by the way. Please no, Elon Musk buying Twitter. Please no. And look at this genocidal Hitlerite woman with the fucking sunflower. The Azov battalion symbol of the sunflower of dead Russian bodies. That's heavy metal, I guess, but it's also Nazi. Breaking! Elon Musk makes $41.4 billion cash offer to buy Twitter, presumably to turn it into a hate speech and disinformation playground in line with his sensibilities. Oh, and to get Trump elected president again. If Elon succeeds, a mass exodus from Twitter is appropriate. Where the fuck are you gonna go? Because no one's gonna follow you. Look at this fat guy. Well... It's not a fat guy, it's a soy jack. Look at this literal soy jack, okay? If Elon Musk buys allows Trump back on Twitter, it will be the death blow of the free world. Trump's big lie will spread like a virus. I discussed the danger of Trump's big lie for so long. Like Hitler's big lie, it must not be normalized. Let fascism return, he's literally Hitler! Elon Musk is Donald Trump with money. If he owns Twitter, I'm out. Then get the fuck out, bitch. Here we go. I mean, all of the fucking people who deserve to be flushed down the toilet. Look at this guy. All these are the people who control us. Look how much power they have over our lives. What the fuck? They're all coming out of the woodwork. Here we go. Elon Musk targets Twitter with 41 billion cash takeover offer. This could mean the end of content moderation and the platform descending into disinformation and far-right extremism. Elon, seriously. I saw this one. Okay, I mean, I think that's enough. That's like, wow, yikes. That's like a combination of wow and also yikes and also ha and also yikes.